And we moved to the 610 loop. I think some of us joined us at that point. And we did that for a long time. That building's since then demolished. There's nothing there. And then we moved from there to here. And during that interim, life changed for me in many ways. And I started practicing yoga, the meditation part, not from Devanand, but from my actual guru, who's Kripalu Maharaji, and who's actually a God realized guru. And so we met him with Jerry at that point in Austin. I think one of the people that used to come here, Santa, is the one that told us first about this ashram in Austin. And so I went and met him, and Jerry and I look at each other and look at our guru, and he was in front of the room with a room full of people and hundreds of people just listening to his pravachans, his lecture. And of course, in Hindi, we were lost. I looked at him, he looked at me, he says, "Do you feel anything?" I feel nothing. So we got up and left, as ignorant as we were, or as I was. Jerry probably not, but as I was. And so that's the first time that we saw our guru, and his grace and his love just was so immense that even with my ignorance and my ability or inability to understand what love actually meant, true love actually meant, a spiritual love meant, I went on and kept on practicing and doing my practice with yoga, meditation mostly, and teaching the yoga center. Eventually, Mohan and Vidula invited us with them to go to India to go to a wedding. And then we had used that opportunity to then go to his ashram in near Delhi, and near Lucknow. It's a little bit further northeast. And we met our guru for really met. Now we were like anxious to really meet him, to understand, to first of all understand what a guru was, right? What is a guru? You know, we hear all these terrible stories. We have all the psychological things going in our heads. What is a guru? What is an ashram? You know, what are they doing with us? Are they gonna brainwash us? And so the first night that we arrived into the ashram in the middle of nowhere, dying maybe 3 or 4 times on the route over there, the way that, you know, India is so amazing. We see him coming out of they were coming out of the temple. There's a night visit also. And so he was coming out in his wheelchair. He was an electric wheelchair. He had a backpack, so the devotees actually bought a wheelchair for him and decorated it so beautifully. So he's just always so radiant, right? And he walked or rolled out of this space, and, you know, people were chanting, just follow him and chanting, and just so excited. People are just so genuinely spiritual. And then so we were just 2 people with our bags, looking at all these 2 Westerners, you know, fat Westerners, looking at him in complete awe. And he just, you know, went by, and we were the first time we have seen him like in this way, right? That we were actually ready. And he paused. He stopped his cart. And he looked at us. That's all he needed to do, right? To just kind of like, you know, stare you down, like, what are these people doing here? And then from that moment on, we just completely fell in love with him. And so when we were leaving our 10-day or 13-day stay with them, and we were going back to meet Mohan and Vidula in the other side of India, one of the last things that he said to us was, among other little things that happened, right? He later, so it was recorded and somebody else explained to us because he was saying it in Hindi. But basically he said, you know, he looked at both of us because we were you told Maharaji we're leaving today. And Maharaji means it's a sign of respect and a title of respect. And so he looked at us and he explained, he says, that's why villagers do not send their kids to me anymore. Because all they learn, he said in English, so we could understand. He said, love, love, love. Meaning that's all he had to offer. That's all he had to say or do for us. That's all what his life is all about. And so from that experience, we haven't left the path, right? The path of bhakti. Bhakti means love or devotion. And this yoga thing that we do, the hatha yoga part, is just fun. It's just the physical part, but the internal part is the most important. And so Shankaracharya, which is an incarnation of Shiva, said that there's 3 graces as human beings that we have. One of them is to have, or as beings, as souls that we have, is because we all have a soul, right? The one grace that God gives us is to have a human body. So we can have, according to the philosophy of yoga, 8.4 million bodies of different kinds of forms. We can be a bug, we can be a mosquito, we can be a cow, we can be a horse. I've been a donkey several times, I'm sure. So the second grace that God gives us is to have spiritual inclination, meaning that somewhere in my heart or in our hearts, in all your hearts, there's this idea of I'm being inclined to be spiritually in the path. And the third grace, and there's a lot to be said about those two, and the third grace that Shankaracharya and Maharaji always repeat that to us or taught us and reminded us is that that we find a guru, that we find a guide, a spiritual guide. A guru is the one that dissipates darkness. And it is true in my life how much darkness I've experienced in so many different aspects. I can testify personally how much I've been so exhausted by material life, bounced around and neglected and, even kicked out, feeling very much unloved by my own parents, and how sometimes it was just, there was almost no choice in my life. And if it were not for this practice, right, to have a routine that keeps reminding us that we're not bodies. I don't care if my mom loves me or my dad loves me or not. I don't care if I'm fat, thin, tall, ugly, toothless. That's not the important part. The important part is love, love, love. So in my personal experience, that's what I have always desired to, and you've heard us, right? The 4 things that we talk about at the end of the yoga practices, that we become harmonious, meaning that we find balance in our life, that we just stop looking for things. I stop looking for things outside of me. I stop looking for material things that I think they're going to give me happiness. That is not true. That's the one thing that he always, my guru, and always pushed us and to understand that there's our inclination is to desperately look for happiness, and we look at into eating, and we look at into drinking beer, or into exercising. We looked at into buying new toys, all these things, and we're desperately, and then it just wears out, and then that's not where it is. And so he says, finding harmony is about really living within the world. Of course, there's things that you have to, the world is for the body, right? To maintain the body, but the world is material. We need to transcend that and to find a sense of peace. And a sense of peace comes from that alignment, from that balance. And that balance opens to the idea to understand truth. So what is really true, right? The relationships that I form with this body in this 70 years, is that really what it's all about? And I know it's very difficult for me to understand, it's my physical relationship to this person, that this life was my parent or my brother or my mother or my sister. And so what is my obligation to that versus what is the true relationship that I have as a human being? What is the spiritual relations that I really need to hold on to, which is my relationship with the divine presence. And that is right there in my heart, next to my jiv, or next to my soul. And we have paid attention. I have paid attention to all these things, buying myself a new watch because that's going to make me happy. All I need to do is to look inwardly. And the only way to look inwardly, the only way to discover that relationship again is through bhakti, through constant, reiterative effort to find and remind myself of love, love, and love, by thinking about what God feels like, not what dogmas and organized philosophies or activities or religions say, but is what is my internal relationship to that. So if nothing else, my 40 years have been to let me so far, my 40 years doing yoga, not living, my 58 years almost of life, 57, is to be able to understand a little bit. Just one last final story. I walked into my dad's office at home when I was 6, and I asked him, what is love? Dad, what is love? It was turmoil in my life, even at 6 years of age. And I just didn't understand. There's so many things that I just didn't understand. So I wanted to know what love was. My dad couldn't explain to me because he didn't have it. So 57 and a half years later, I now understand, at least I can visualize and comprehend a little bit what love looks like and feels like because of my guru, because of what he has given me, the grace. Every single good thing that happened in my life or happens in my life happened because of him. And every bad thing is because I'm disobedient. I don't really pay attention, and I forget, and I fall through. So all that again to say is that whenever we practice yoga, I keep that in my heart. I think constantly on my relationship to God, to divinity, to whatever that is for you, and to have that present in my head. And that reminds me with every breath, with every exhalation, with every movement of my body, right? How can I open? How can I be connected? How can I serve? How can I demonstrate with every part of my body, not to anybody, but to him or her, that Radha, Krishna, how I call them in my heart, that divine couple inside of me? How can I express in such a way that I want to have them look at me. And even if they treat me bad, not because they treat me bad, it's because I deserve that. But, and I do deserve so many things that happen to me, is to teach me humility, to teach me how to look back into those things that need to be spiritual in nature. Every time I deviate, it's like a little slap in the face. Let's look back, let's focus in, let's reconnect. So yog means to connect. And to me, in this many years of experience in the yoga center, was that to about do a practice, the routine that helps me reconnect to who I really am inside. And it's a long, it's going to take, I'm sure, another 100 or 1,000 lives for a stupid soul like me. But I also wish all of us could look that way too, and that we all find that guru, that special person that is ready, right? When we are ready, the guru appears. So with that, maybe in the next few minutes that I stop babbling, running my mouth, we can maybe exercise our physical body as a temple for our spirit. That this physical body really receives and honors and opens all its centers of energy to really find our soul inside. That we can express within the physical body the energy, or through us, the energy of divine love. And we allow ourselves to maybe exhale. And as we exhale, is an act of surrendering, right? It's not about connecting, having and holding and just being attached to so many things, but to let your body inhale and to extend and open and receive the things that we really need to receive. And again, cleanse and surrender and let go of all the other ideas that we have about ourselves, and think about that beautiful energy inside of us that is not even ours to hold and feel proudful for, but to allow the other layers to exhale, to breathe out, to surrender. And every act of breathing can become a meditation in itself. So we can expand and broaden and lengthen the body. And we can allow the shoulders and the arms and the elbows to move around, and maybe the elbows widen to the sides and forward, and rolling the shoulders. And we can feel, and you can feel that your body starts moving, and the chest. Slow down and look at your body. Look at internally what it feels like to move your shoulders and your elbows, and the scapular moves, and you can feel how many, again, layers of weight we hold on the shoulder area, on the chest, on the pectoral muscles. And one more time, we can allow the inhalation to expand, to broaden, to lengthen, and to exhale, to drop the clavicles, to drop the shoulder blades, to drop the chest, to feel that maybe your hands come towards the tip of your shoulders and the elbows move a little bit wider. And so when we lift, what does it feel like? And when we open back, can we just clear the chest with all the things we close? And one more time, allowing the shoulders, the back muscles, all the tension that we hold and responsibility on the shoulders. And let the exhalation slowly open and feel how we can just open the heart, and layers to open the heart. Just say with our heart the things that we always intended to say, and expand the elbows and shoulders towards the sky. And one more time, that's allowing the shoulders and elbows to move and drop behind. Last long deep breath. And let the exhalation move the arms slowly behind, shoulders gently settle, bring the hands to the ground. Allow the left arm to slowly come towards the floor, and the right arm to raise out and up towards the sky, inhaling. And feel that your arm slowly drops over your head, as if you're just opening the right side of your head. And pay attention, hold it in the second inhale, holding this position, and open up a little bit deeper, and feel that your rib cage and your waist and this entire lung opens. And let the exhalation to exhale, to support, to breathe the hips on the ground and your jaw draws in one more time. Allow the exhalation to empty, to feel the rib cage, to just extend and slowly come very, very gently towards the sky. And you breathe, 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 open, open, open. And let the right side and feel it as you move your right arm towards the ground. And just close your eyes, and if you can just internalize, what does it feel like to fully move the arm and shoulder? Hold it. Observe, sit for a second to just close your eyes if you can and feel comfortable, and feel and connect to your body as we really ground our tailbone. We're no different than any other being around us. We all are souls. The only difference about a human body is that we have a choice. We choose what to do and what to think. That's such a beautiful responsibility. So connecting fingers and hands and breath and all the energy vibrant around them with all these 8.4 million forms around us. We are so graced that we can allow your body to sit and to raise the left arm, because we have intentionality as I extend the left arm towards the sky, and then move it slowly towards the right side of my body, as if my right arm extends or bends the elbow, and you open slowly the left side, and the arm and the rib cage slowly in the tummy and back, slowly extend and reach. And one more time, feel the body lengthening towards the right side of your body. One more time. Can you expand and broaden and extend in your last full extension? Can you feel your body just reaching all the way out to the right? And then slowly come very gently and just feel your left arm and the energy and the blood and the nerves and the movement of the shoulder and the movement of the muscles and the just perfect machinery that our body is, this perfect tool. And we sit for a second to just feel the fullness of gratefulness into that. Can I allow my body? How many times have I looked around and see people maybe without arms, or people that have restricted mobility? And so how many times can I be just grateful? Can I allow my hands to slowly move or shift behind my body? And with my left hand, I'm going to hold on to my right thumb, and I'm going to hug it as if my right hand wraps around the thumb area on the right, and letting slowly the exhalation, so the elbows and drop, and I can feel my clavicles shifting. It doesn't matter how far. Again, you already know that it's not about the physicality of the movement, it's about connecting. How much can you feel your body connecting? And you pull light to the right thumb, and maybe your elbows are completely stretched, and maybe your shoulders are rolled all the way back. Good for you. And maybe my shoulders are barely moving, and I'm just barely having the connection or holding my thumb. And that's exactly what your body does. Be grateful for just being there, to pay attention, to soften your facial expressions, to that we're not carrying any more of the energy from the external world, and we allow the body to exhale all the way through, and allowing the arms to come wide as we inhaling, separating them towards the sky. Deep breath, raise towards the ceiling. And allow your arms to extend, to find the tips of the fingers, holding them up towards the sky as your palms and hands face towards each other. Underarms, rib cage, abdomen. One more time. Can I feel my body? And my guru always taught us to extend the arms towards the sky and just simply open the body as if you're just surrendering, right? When somebody's assaulting us or having a gun in front of us, that's what we do. We just raise our arms and we just surrender, let everything else go into God's hands. So now we can choose without being at threat, but to just in the perfect moment, equally surrender. And then my last breath in, I let my arms come all the way forward, and then I feel the movement, and I feel my shoulders, and I feel my neck, and I feel the elbows and the fingers, and the joy of moving my arms behind, and maybe needing to switch my legs if I needed to, and holding the opposite hand. That means the right hand towards your left thumb, and you wrap your fingers around it, and you start slowly shifting, meaning the elbows lengthen as much as my body allows it, that my shoulder blades pull towards each other so my clavicles extend. That means your collarbones, and the chest expands, and your tummy tucks in, and your jaw slowly draws in, and you feel the crown of the head extend, and the body exhales slowly into this position. So your abdomen activates, and you allow, and we all allow, and this connected thought and connected breath just adds, right? Our own intentionality adds to each other, and we can just by hands think that we are here on this yoga mat, and it's really just a gift of grace to our bodies. And yes, we should feel very lucky, and we should feel very grateful, not in a prideful way, but in a very humbling way, that I'm given the opportunity to exhale, to open, to reach. As I inhale, the chest expands and my heart intentionally opens, and I release and soften and move the arms to the sides of my hips. Do one more time. Raise my arms towards the sky. Open the underarms, connecting to my deltoids, abdomen, rib cage, back muscles. Inhale and exhale. So what is it that I really connect to? Right? All our psychological stuff, all this intellectualism that prevents me to even consider that. You don't have to say it out loud. You can keep creating this persona about you and how you're so independent, and you don't have to do anything that, religion demands of you. Internally have your own relationship. Build it, engage it, open. Be internal about your relationship to your divinity. One last time, let the arms slowly come gently forward, as if your hands has touched slowly towards your legs or ground, and slowly walk towards your torso, towards your chair if that's needed, or you're far enough from the chair, and your body rolls very slowly, and your fingers hold on to the top legs of the chair, the front legs of the chair, or maybe your hands come towards the seat of the chair or toward the back legs of the chair. It doesn't matter. And the chair moves, so you know that you can adjust it, and feel that your back lengthens and your spine lengthens, and you let go, and you use the hands to hold on to, right? As again, we've said that example many times, when that devotee was holding on with her teeth because she was being disrobed to her sari, and that this man, that had the strength of 1,000 elephants, was pulling her sari, and Krishna could not come to her assistance until she completely surrendered. And so finally she called Krishna's name and let go of her teeth, holding onto that sari. And Krishna became the ever existing or long, never ending length of a sari. So the sari never ended, and the guy kept pulling, and the body slowly remained covered. And I feel my surrendering as I extend and open one more time, as my abdomen and my back lengthens, finding the exhalation, that the body slowly empties all the way through, kindly walking my hands, because I now feel my hands walking towards the edge of the chair, towards the legs of the chair, and I raise slowly my torso, and I feel my hands coming gently towards the back or sides of my hips. So my legs are now moving towards the legs, or towards the chair, I should say, and my heels of my feet are slowly coming into the chair, and I rest my ankles, I rest my heels, I rest my calves, and I have my knees easily holding the position. Maybe my hands come from the ground to reach for my legs, or maybe to reach for the seat of the chair, and my body exhales, and I slowly round as if my knees remain perpendicular in one direction. I do not twist my feet, I do not twist my legs, and I surrender my torso over my thighs, and my head slowly moves into my knees and my shins. And I open my back. And so why is the back so important? Right? In yoga, we talk about so much about the body connection. The back closes and protects and becomes hard because it carries all the responsibilities about protecting ourselves. And my back becomes hardened and bears all the weight. And can I allow my back to just clear? And again, in my mind, is it okay to just trust that I'll be taken care of? That I am actually surrendering because I understand that that divine energy is here to support me. Can I allow my jaw, my head, and my neck to slowly lengthen a little bit deeper? And when and if my body is ready, can I allow the exhalation to empty all the way through, and then slowly bring my hands into my calves, knees, thighs, ground behind the hips, and sit a little bit taller? Because not my back, because of my abdomen. I find my gut area, right? My solar plexus, my abdomen strength, my second brain. We all have that gut feeling about things. So that is the gut area reacting to that. So can I strengthen it? Can I strengthen the connection to my gut? And maybe my hands do not need to touch the legs. Maybe my hands can slowly extend towards the sky, and I feel still the same connection. And if my arms are on the ground, the legs, the chair, it doesn't matter. Find that you're holding your position of the torso and lengthen through your body, because you're holding into your abdomen, and you feel your inner thighs really building strength and really connecting. 2 more times, observe your body. Flex knees, extended knees, it doesn't matter. Allow your elbows and shoulders to not carry tension. The whole idea is to surrender as you exhale all tension of your body, soft and gently. Bring your knees back into your body and open them gently outside the chair, and the chair slowly stays really close to your body, and feel that your right hand comes onto the seat of the chair and the left hand comes behind the hips, and your body rotates as if you sit with your heels grounded, calves, hamstrings, and your shoulders open, and your neck looks out towards the left shoulder, and your tummy tucks in, and you open the chest, and you open your body, and you sit taller and taller every time, and you exhale into this position so you feel your obliques. One more time, breathing to again twist the spine. You want to activate. There's centers of energy along the spine, subtle energy. We have a physical body, and we have a subtle body, a body that we don't actually see with our 5 senses. And that subtle energy is just being massaged. And there's little thin filaments that connect this energy through our body, through our chakras. These nadis are just being massaged as you twist. And when your body inhales and you feel your body extending and opening, we allow the exhalation to release, and to release so you can unclog and untwist your body and see what happened to your legs, to your feet, and always taking care of ourselves and our extensions and lengthening and boundaries of the body. When your body moves the opposite side, and feel that your right hand slowly settles into the floor and the left hand settles onto the chair, and the shoulders drawn down away from the ears, and the head looks out towards the right side, towards the right shoulder, and you sit taller, and you feel your body building a little bit more length, and your spine and abdomen work together, and the entire crown of head extends even longer and taller towards the sky, and you find your body inhaling, and you think about your nadis, these thousands of filaments that just connect to each other and just draw this energy, right? And some people see these filaments connected that just irradiate this energy, your aura. And so anything that we eat, anything that we drink clocks these very fine filaments of energy that transport and make that sense of harmony in our body. So being careful of what we eat, being careful of what we drink, being careful of what we smoke. All those things really take care of the physical body, allowing, again, our consciousness to be more clear. What Jerry was talking about, our mind to be a lot more clear and crisp, that we can actually past the intellectualization of things and start trusting our internal world. When your body inhales deeply, let the exhalation slowly release arms and hands to slowly come towards the chair, to unwind, to let those nadis be clear, and feel that your right leg inhales and lifts onto the chair. And I find my body staying with my right leg on the chair, and my hands come deeply into the thigh, to the knee, to the calf, to the chair. And I pull my body as if my thigh is coming towards my right shoulder, or my shoulder into the right thigh. And I press to massage the right side of my body. And I feel my head coming towards your knee, towards your shin, towards the thigh, and open my back. And I feel my hands reaching deeper into if I need to add a little bit of support. And my knee bends as much as I need to bend it. So I feel that my torso squeezes, and I'm massaging different subtle places on my body. It's beyond the skin, beyond the things, the physical things that I see. Is about that subtle energy inside. And we observe and we breathe and we pay attention and we look with our minds. We monitor our hips, our hamstrings, our abdomen, the organs of the system. So paying attention, the more subtle the attentiveness to the body, the more you'll understand. We all understand, what is it that I really need to eat? What can I trust and listen to my body in all those things? Is it my liver? Is it my digestive system? Is it my, again, thickness of my blood? Is it the level of my breath? Can I allow my body to eat something more salty because I need salts in my system, or something more sugary because I need some more glucose in my body? Can I observe the function of my liver and how it cleanses and works overtime to take away all the toxins that I put into it? Is it okay to observe my body as a temple, as my body exhales? Last long, deep breath in, not tension, extension. And then let your hands and your arms to come slowly towards the right leg, hamstring, thigh. Sit, exhale, and then gently, with delicate movement, can I just feel the harmony of my movement of my right leg as it undoes of the chair and I place it on the floor? Do I need to pay attention to it and take care of it in one way or the other? Do I have enough energy to bring my left leg into the chair this time? And I flex my left knee, and my hands are on the ground, on the hips, on the leg, on the chair, and I round my spine, and I feel that my head slowly draws towards the shin, towards the kneecap, on my left side and left chest and left shoulder. Move into the thigh and the belly and the back and the neck. Slowly extend, and I find my body inhaling, and I find my body exhaling, and I think and feel. So what are the, again, relationships that I have, or how do I relate sensations to feelings in my body? Is there something that just reminds me, makes me really want to laugh, or really makes me sad, or really makes me angry or uncomfortable, or whatever emotion that comes up? It has nothing to do with the moment. It is about cleansing. It's about squeezing those things out. Can I be subtle about that and surrender? Do not hold it. The whole point is to let that feeling or sensation to pass. And I observe one more time that my elbows and my shoulders and my head gently move. 2 inhalations to observe the breath. And how do you bring your breath to travel in your body? And so your last exhalation empties. Find the inhalation to expand the part of my body that needs to be expanded. And I release kindly, softening hands and elbows and shoulders, and feel, again, the recovery part of that is as important as reaching into a position. And I allow and observe the movement, the delicate movement of my left leg to the ground, and I feel my body sitting deeply extended through my hips and thighs and hamstrings and knees, and my arms stay on the chair to help me to, again, they are a prop to my body. So I use the chair as much as possible to sit tall, to feel my body shifting positions. I am so used to sitting a certain way, I never challenge my body to sit a different way. I never challenge myself to feel a different space inside of me. Can I just shift for a second that I'm actually able to create room inside of me, that my body is exactly placed in the perfect way. There's no mistakes in it to just receive and express the qualities of that divine presence inside of us. And I allow my body to slowly connect. One more time, breathing. And as I exhale, and I feel my body gently sitting deepest into my sitting bones, bringing my hands and elbows into the chair, allowing my knees to flex. I'm going to cross my feet over my ankles or bring my legs to the side of my hips and use the chair to roll over. Again, if I think that I cannot do it because it hurts my body, shift it. If I think I cannot do it because I have a mental block about it, trust yourself to understand the difference. Play with your body, experiment. What is it that happens here? Can I allow my right hand and left hand to stay on the seat of the chair while my left leg slowly presses back while my right knee stays on the hips or under the hips? And I press with my hands lightly in a way that connects to my shoulders and chest. My left heel presses back and my left kneecap is held and my chest lifts off the ground. I feel the crown of the head coming a little bit taller and I sit up a little bit longer and I slowly extend and lengthen my vertebrae column and I feel my spine extending. Again, those famous or infamous chakras along my vertebrae column, right? They're constantly moving. There are little circles that are just rotating all the time to produce this energy. And they're so subtle and so gentle that even a bad thought, whatever that might be, might close them up. A thought or a reaction or an emotion closes those energies out. And then we feel numb. We feel disconnected. I know very well the experience of feeling depressed and sad for no clear reason. So can I allow myself just to heal at this moment? And that only means to shift my way of thinking. Can I just change my thoughts? Can I allow my body one more time to feel the inhalation, to support, to extend, to lengthen the vertebrae column, and my left knee exhales, and I feel the movement, and then the release of that connection or contraction softens all kinds of energies on my body. And my right leg then switches back as I feel my toes flex and my heel of my right foot pressing as far away from my body as I need to without having to force anything. And my abdomen and shoulders and chest and spine lengthen. Can I stay tall? And what that looks like to you and your body and your physicality is completely yours. Can I think of elevating my chest? Not because it's of my soul, it's because I have inside of me that divine energy. And whatever is it that you want to call it, completely irrelevant. Just know that that's the relationship, and that relationship with that divine energy that will never, ever leave. It doesn't matter if we are a fly or we are a donkey. It's always there. And it has 8.4 million forms for us to be with. And let the crown of the head and find your muscles and observe that you activate, that you find the extension, that you increase every time the width and length and height of your body. And as the body exhales, Let your right knee to slowly soften and feel your knee coming into the ground and your knees to walk maybe closer to the chair closer to the body. And you open the knees maybe about shoulder distance or to the outside of the legs of the chair, and your hips or pubic bone or pelvic floor moves into the chair in front of you. And the hands come towards the back of the seat or to the backrest, whichever is most comfortable, and hold it so you can feel as if you're just pressing the upper thighs, the lower abdomen, the belly into the chair, and your arms slowly have width enough that allows the shoulders to rotate so we can extend and have capacity to open the heart forward. And the toenails touch. And then the body again moves things, and moving from the pelvic floor, from that grounding energy, from that energy that is earthy and just of your creativity, through your gut, your second brain, to your heart, the filter of all emotions from the lower to the higher body, for your throat, which symbolizes a lot of the words that we have or maybe have lack of saying lately. What are the things that are stuck in my throat that I wish I could have said or not said? And my eyes and the brow chakra, the vision that I have for my life, is it just about material things, or can I envision myself in a spiritual way? Can I allow then to have all this connectivity to come towards the crown of the head? And my Guru describes that at the moment of death, there's this one conduit between the heart and the very top of the head. And that's where the soul travels as it leaves the body to look for the next body form. So can I just connect to that crown chakra to observe that I'm actually getting closer, that my spine reaches back, that I feel the muscles supporting, that my body moves in ways that shifts the energy inside of me. And then I pay attention what is coming out and how much of that I'm holding back and how much I'm really attached to when my last full breath. Exhale all the way through, slowly raise the crown of the head, placing the palms of hands onto the seat of the chair easily, flexing the toes, allowing the knees to slowly come back, and walk your body into an inclined plane as if you're just going to a yogi push-up using the chair, and your jaw draws in and your heels press back, your thighs hold or hug your legs, and your calf muscles open, and your tummy tucks in. The crown of the head slowly presses away from the heels, and I feel my elbows not locked, my wrists not locked, my shoulders not locked, but just holding, that my muscles are actually holding, and can be very gentle, can be very subtle. And your body still starts activating energy, and you can feel your body hugging, and you can feel your body connecting. Deep breath. Exhale all the way through. Let your last full breath. And when and if your body exhales all the way out, slowly press back your hips, raise them, and walk slowly your right foot towards the chair, just your right foot. And let your left leg behind, your hands onto the chair, and then raise your left leg out off the ground. And then rest on the right foot, rest on the right and left hand, and raise your left leg. Pointing toes, flexing the heel. Breathe kindly. And so what does it feel like? Are you determined to find your strength through that right leg? Can you feel yourself grounded? Activate. So forget about the ideas you have about your body. Just feel that you're grounding yourself. You're using the prop of the chair. You're engaging the right leg. You're engaging the left leg. And you're determined to find your strength. One more time. What does it feel like to discover that gut energy, that what's described in yoga as that Shakti, that power, right? That runs through your body. Don't own it. It's not yours to keep. It's for us to just manifest it when and if your body is ready. Take a deep breath. And let your left foot slowly come gently towards the ground, and feel your left foot settled. Take a deep breath in. Bend the elbows so your forearms come towards the chair if that's possible, and let your knees bend as much as possible, and let your torso come closer towards the seat of the chair, your forehead, your crown of head to come towards the seat of the chair, and then shift your glutes not towards the toes in the chair, but towards the heels behind you.
And your knees soften as much as they need to be softened. You don't have to lock anything. Just feel that your chair is giving you the opportunity to fold and to feel that your abdomen retracts. And then by flexing the front of your body, the back releases. The glutes, the hamstrings, by contracting your quads, release the back of your legs. By contracting your abdomen, releases the lower back area, that your head slowly surrenders towards the chair or below. Breath in. Open the back muscles, allowing every one of the breaths to count and observe the fullness of every part of your breathing. In your last long deep breath. What is it? Why is it that you are here today? And does it really matter? And let your body slowly come very gently forward as your elbows start separating from the chair. Your hands come under your shoulders. Your spine becomes long, extended. The crown elongates, creates a line, a long line through your spine, and the left foot stays steady, and your right leg shifts back, and you open, and you intentionally extend, and you hug and hold, not lock your body, but hold with the strength. Believe into your physical body, and then give strength. Strengthen your elbows, strengthen your torso, open your chest, open the crown of head, support the muscles of your back, stand, deep breath. Allow your body to exhale, to feel the gut and shoulders and spine to be broad and opening. One more time. Inhale, gently holding thighs, glutes, leg in your last long deep breath into this position to feel your body. One last breath in, and then exhale and bring your right leg slowly towards the ground and feel your right foot coming gently next to the floor. Very nice. Breath in. Allow your body to slowly raise the heels as if you're on the ball of your toes, and then slowly bend your knees a little bit, or bend your knees deep enough that you can feel your abdomen coming towards your thighs, and your chair holds you through the seat, through the back rest, all the way to the top. It doesn't matter where your elbows are, do not hold tension to them. Raise your heels a little bit higher, be in the ball of your toes, and move your knees towards each other so your inner thighs connect, and your abdomen is pressed slowly through your thighs, and you can feel the flexion. And then do not over exhale or over exceed the position of your body. How do you hold it? How do you believe and find that space that you know is your strength? And can you just activate it one more time? Listen to your breath. Observe your body to empty through your gut in your last long deep breath. Is again that strength that runs through your body. Do not own it. Exhale and release. Let your body manifest it and see if your heels settle to the ground and your body slowly softens and your hands slowly come gently to the backrest of the chair if they're not already there. Your left foot stays on the ground. Your right leg comes onto the tip of the chair and you press the sole of your foot, the tip of your toes into the chair, and you slowly fold very gently forward as if your abdomen one more time presses into your thigh, and you just simply squeeze the chest into the thigh, and you allow the chair give you stability, and then press your chest down into the leg as if you're just pulling that torso into that thigh, into that knee, and your head relaxes. The back of your neck lengthens. Squeeze into your glutes, opening the spine, shoulders. Let the exhalation empty. One more time. Breathe, breathe, breathe in. Exhale all the way. Can you feel the glutes? What is now coming to your mind? Really, really important. What are the feelings? What are the emotions? What is it that you want to do? What is our MO, right? What is the way of operating in this world? Can you stay for a second? And can you envision something different? It doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be at this moment. Can you envision and create internally? You don't have to say that to anybody. You don't have to show it to anybody. Have your time to breathe and open and extend slowly through all the muscles that need to be extended and contracting. When your last breath happens, feel your tummy and rib cage, and then slowly move your hands towards the backrest, towards the tall portion of the backrest. So freeze the right leg, letting your right foot to the ground, finding stability, finding your chair right in front of you, and then slowly move your hands off the chair and stand. Stand
into position, stand with a D at the end, pressing the heels and let your thumbs come towards the edge of your hip bones with your index finger wrapped around your waist and the elbows pointing towards the space behind your body. It doesn't matter how far. Squeeze your glutes, activate your thighs, tighten your belly, raise your rib cage, move your shoulder blades towards each other, extend and take time. Slowly and gently go back, review, come back in, press your heels and travel through your entire body until your chin looks up towards the sky and your head slowly dips behind the body and your throat opens and the tongue touches the roof of your mouth. One more time, eyes roll over your eyebrows, feel your last two breaths. To exhale all the way through, inhale, inhale. When your body exhales all the way through, come up. Slowly raise in the body. And let slow motion, your hands to come into the chair, feet to be just steady, your elbows to bend, fold into the chair. Forearms, elbows, head, slowly relax. Feel that your crown of head comes deeper and your body weight shifts away from the elbows and forearms as if your glutes travel. See, if I were to hold you from the waist and pull you back, find that extension. Feel that your glutes open, that your abdomen flexes, that your spine lengthens, that your entire vertebrae column is really aligned. And so what does it feel like to really, really connect? What are you really thinking about? And again, our mind, especially in this age, is weak. We all have maybe experienced that. I certainly experienced it. My mind starts thinking about 10,000 things at the same time. Can I use my body to educate my mind to be focused, to come back in, to really concentrate? And not because it's bad, it's not because there's judgment, it's just a practice, it's our routine. It's about finding that place that is comfortable and safe for us to be inside. In your last long exhalation, can you empty your body all the way through and then slowly come very gently, elbows and forearms, raise your palms and hands into the ground, your left and right hand slowly come towards the seat of the chair, your body slowly raises the left foot and places the left toes and foot into the seat of the chair while your body slowly rolls or rounds the torso over that left thigh and your jaw draws in and you pull into the seat of the chair, into the backrest, into the arms of the chair, into the feet or legs of the chair, and feel your body just comfortably adjusting, moving, and then find what happens to the big toe, pinky toe. Are you moving your ankle? Are you rotating your knee, or are you staying steady? Can you press through your glutes? Can you flex to the left side of your ribs and abdomen? One more time, elbows and shoulders not tense. The jaw draws in and the crown of it extends slowly through the entire spine. One inhalation. And then exhale. Am I really my body? Can I feel this breath that just, I discovered something new, a different feeling in this part of my body because that's the stronger part of my body where I need to focus today? Or is it aligning? Is about finding the spots that need more attention because they are probably the least strength or the least strong? And find your body one more time, observing that your breath carries you, that you keep coming back, that you keep disciplining your mind to come back to that relationship, that divine energy inside of you. When your last two breaths, can you give a form, a name to that divine energy? You name it yourself, whatever you want to, whatever he, she, it looks like. Just connect, observe. It's so much easier for our senses to feel the connection and the relationship to that. And when your body exhales, make that yours, your unique relationship to that. And then as you inhale, raise your hands into the backrest of the chair. The left leg slowly settles to the floor. Your body breathes gently down, palms of hands into the seat of the chair. Observe your body slowly opening the legs wide outside the yoga mat. Your heels in, the toes out, and your inner thighs to hold, and you squat. You squat lightly, a little bit, just bending your knees a little bit. That's enough for your body to strengthen the thighs, to strengthen the glutes, to strengthen the inner legs. Or maybe your elbows are able to bend enough so your hips are about knee height and lower than that. And you can find the strength on your heels and your inner thighs open and your glute muscles activate. And you find openness, that your hips are actually extending, that we're not stuck in our lives, right? That we're not stuck in this one moment, that you're reading through it. That we hold dear whatever is the memory and focus that we need to focus. And that's always with us, because that we made it yours. And we can change it from day to day, from moment to moment, to keep our mind entertained and focused. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The sensation, the intention remains. 2 more times. Are you breathing? Is your body really sucking and really needing that energy, sucking in that breath into and bathing those muscles and joints? Last long exhalation. Can you feel your body really reaching into those glutes and then slowly coming, pressing your hands so your body helped to come up, and let your toes bring it in, then your heels and your toes until your legs are steady. And one more time, allow your body to stay just folded forward with your right foot on the ground. Your right foot is going to be your stability. Your hands are going to slowly move towards the backrest of the chair and find that your right foot is steady. Your left leg is going to slowly raise and place the ankle of the left foot over, not on the kneecap, but above the right kneecap. And your body stays there, and you feel that your right foot is steady from the heel to the big toe to the pinky toe. And stretch your toes, because your toes are expanding the sole of your foot. Your strength toe, your big toe, activates the arch, and your right knee bends, and your left foot and left knee open, and your hip and glute muscles extend, and you find your body slowly rolling gently towards the ground, and you flex that right knee as little or as much as you need to, and the chair supports you, and you feel the opening. Where do you feel the connection? Can you find your body slowly? Less is more. Can you observe breath? Are you really excited? Sometimes when we are tired, this is because we're not really breathing out all the things we're holding, right? It's fear. We're not letting go because there's a little bit more that I need to hold on to because I don't trust the next breath. Can I find myself really invested into exhaling? Last full breath into the position. Empty all the way from your gut. Really breathe out. And then come slowly using your hands into the seat, into the backrest, extending the right leg, placing the left foot into the ground, sole of your left foot into the floor. Take a deep breath. Exhale. One more time. Can you breathe in? One last exhalation, and find your right ankle coming onto the lower thigh on the left. And the knee is as wide as possible. You're active through the right foot. So you're not just having a dead right foot, it's active. Pressing through the heel, flexing your toes or pointing the toes. And your left knee starts bending a little bit or a whole bunch, it doesn't matter. And your hands shift from the seat to the backrest if necessary. And you find your balance and you lean forward and you feel the glute muscles really activating your sitting bones and the hip area and the entire IT band. So if we actually move or walk or run, those muscles need the stretch. Or bike, find those muscles extending. Feel your body. Really feel your body. And what is the challenge? What is the challenge for you in your mind, in your heart? Are you exhaling? Can you maybe needing to open your mouth and exhale through your mouth this time so your gut really empties out? Beautiful. And then take your time to engage that breath in. Hold it and then exhale when you're ready through your mouth, and feel that you're really exchanging. Last 2 breaths. Through your mouth, exhale if that's necessary and possible for your body. In your final inhalation, empty all the way through. Slowly feel it, connect, and gently undo. And not because you are undoing this, because you're slowly releasing. And feel the benefit into the right leg as your hands help you and support gently into the position. One more time, breath in. Let your body exhale. Beautiful. Take slowly your right knee to flex, the left knee to flex into the ground, and we're going to turn away from the yoga, from the chair into the yoga mat, to the back of the yoga mat, with your hands into the ground, your fingers parallel towards each other, and you're going to slowly place distance enough that your right foot easily is placed on the seat of the chair. So your toes on the right foot flex, and they land perfectly on the seat of your chair. And your arms and torso, our shoulders and spine is long, and your jaw drops in, and your abdomen supports the lower back. So your lower back is not sinking. You're not over contracting the lumbar spine. You're extending
the base of your back. You're finding that your tummy, by raising your tummy into your lower back, you're lengthening, and your heel presses out and the crown of it extends, and your shoulder blades really help into extension. One more time, breathe in. Exhale all the way through. Last 2 inhalations. Feel that glute, feel the thigh, really connect to your joints. Last long inhalation. Can you feel those muscles? Can you feel your arms really strong? The chest, activate. You can activate your pectoral muscles as if you're having huge, strong pectoral muscles, biceps and triceps. When your final deep breath in comes in, release your right knee, place it into the ground next to your left. Move your hips as if you're about to sit on your heels. It doesn't matter if you do or not, just move them as if you're flexing your knees, and your abdomen tugs and your elbows soften. Your hands move away and farther forward, and your head drops closest towards the yoga mat, and you stretch back, hands, wrists, fingers, thumb all the way towards your pinky. Neck, jaw, connect your shoulder blades. Observe your entire toenails of every one of your feet to be connected to the ground. Last 2 breaths. So what does it feel to open your body? Is this just a neutral position, or is this an extension as you exhale through your gut? Come back. Inhale, raise your body on hands and knees. Slow motion. Again, the path back onto hands and knees is so important. And you feel your hands, you feel your elbows, you feel your shoulders, you feel your right knee to the ground, your left leg slowly moves back, your left toes come into the ground, and you feel your hands under the shoulders. So the crease of the elbows is looking towards each other, and you're pushing onto the heel of the hands, and you're engaged your heel of the left foot, your calf, your shin, your thigh, your glute. Your torso starts lengthening from the waist out, and the crown of it extends away from that heel. And you activate. You can add as much or as little energy as your body needs to, almost as if you're just away from that right knee, and feel your arms engage, and you wake up your chest muscles, and you wake up your triceps, and you can shift and play with your body exactly where it needs to have a little bit more strength, a little bit more length, a little more connection. What is it that you're really feeling at this moment? Are you judging the body, the position, the moment? Are we getting into that cycle? Because we have patterns that we have lived for infinite number of lives. Can we just change that? Can we, for a millisecond, shift and invite that fresh divine love just entered? Can you truly accept and believe that that enters as we inhale, that we call into that, what I call Radhe, into my life? Can I breathe in that divine source of divine love, the sole presence of that divine love in form and idea and sound and smell? One last time, deep breath. And then bend when you're ready. The left knee to slowly release, to slowly lift, or left leg comes to the ground, and lift your hands into your knees, and find that your body sits back as little as much as needed. And your hands help you walking your hands over your knees. And maybe for some of us, this is as far as we're going to go, and that's absolutely perfect. Please do not force your body. For a few of us, the body sits on our heels, and the torso starts raising up, and we sit completely upright with the torso, and the hands reach for the chair behind us and maybe touches the legs of the chair, or maybe touches towards the seat of the chair, and maybe the arms and shoulders are moving gently towards each other, so you can feel the hands just connected, and you're not forcing elbows, not forcing wrists, not forcing shoulders, but letting the body slowly open, and your abdomen tucks, and your chest raises, and your jaw drops towards the chin very gently. Feel that your jaw draws in towards the chest, and your tummy tucks in. Look, check your body, breathe in. When your body exhales all the way through, contract the diaphragm last time. And when your body exhales very gently, not forced, your body inhales and raises the chin and head towards the sky. You feel your body now almost as if your tailbone slowly points towards the chair. And your abdomen tucks in, and you raise your chest and your throat and chin look up towards the sky 2 more times. Breathe.
And exhale all the way through. Can you find a deep, judge it? How much can I really support my body into this position as my body exhale and release head and arms and shoulders, and I travel my arms and elbows to the sides of your legs and knees and thighs, and I place my fingers next to the ground, and I observe my body to slowly roll on its left hip. So I'm going to roll gently my body on its left hip, as if my left hip touches, the left glute touches, and I'm going to allow my left elbow and forearm to slowly rest into the ground, my right leg to come directly on top of the chair with my calf, with my heel, with the back of my knee on the chair, it doesn't matter, and open that right leg. Enough that you can feel the toes rotating and looking up towards the sky as I flex my toes and extend my heel and observe my tummy. And instead of raising my left shoulder, I'm going to dip it, squeeze it in. So my clavicle, my collarbone, my neck to shoulder bone lengthens and my chest extends and I feel my glutes pushing forward and I raise my left rib cage. So the left side of my body, it starts raising and extending, and feel a squeeze onto the side of the body. My right toes, my right kneecap directly looking towards the sky, and my body exhales and my hand into the ground, into the leg, into the hips, to the sky. And it doesn't matter, finding my head not to pull away from my, or my jaw not pull away from my throat area. One more time. Can I observe? Take your time to just feel and really pause all the other things. Is it okay for just a few seconds of your life to just refocus and shift intentionally? One last long deep breath. And then your body exhales and you release and you soften and you place your right hand and your right leg to start moving, your right knee to flex. And we're going to rotate completely 180 degrees over the length of my body towards the right side. So my right hip, my right elbow, my right forearm is on the ground, and I'm going to now place my left leg onto the chair, heel, calf, ankle, back of the knee, doesn't matter, as long as my right elbow is not raising the right shoulder, but it's actually extending, creating a perfect line between the right elbow and the center of my chest. And my glute muscles start squeezing, my left kneecap looks up, my left toes look up, my back lengthens, and then I start raising the right rib cage, and my head looks towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the sky. My left hand stays on the floor, on the hip, or all the way towards the ceiling, in whichever position it is that I need to. And do I grind my teeth? Do I force? Do I frown? Do I tighten my fingers? Do I move any part of my body to be more responsible, or can I distribute? Can I use the parts of my body that are strong, that I know I have strength in, and use them to support me? And I shift into my body. That means I'm not just moving or going through the motions. I shift into, to really pay attention to, just for a few seconds, something else. It doesn't have to look like anybody else. Look at like it's for you, that you're doing this practice for us to just develop that connection. Last 3 breaths. And exhale all the way through your gut, and then you feel your body expanding and raising and opening. And when your last long deep breath, inhaling, opening the body, exhale and let your left arm, left shoulder, left entire side of your body slowly touch the ground, and your left knee contracts, and you bring your left knee in, and your left leg slowly settles on top of the right, and we roll the body up and we sit very, very gently. And we allow the legs to open one more time outside your chairs, outside right and left of your chair. Your chair is far enough, pull it in. If your body's too far from the chair, pull closer. Allow your hands to slowly rest fist over fist, and your forehead to come and rest on both fists, hand over hand, and the head or forehead to rest on both back of the hands, elbows and arms extended so the head gently rests directly into the chair, the hands all the way towards the back of the chair, so your head slowly moves under the seat of the chair,
Slowly find your way, whichever position your body feels most comfortable. There's no judgment. There's no better than in yoga, right? The one thing that yoga has taught us is that everybody moves at their own pace, and there's things that we all do that are absolutely unique and special, and there's some specialness and uniqueness in every single one of us. And the more we allow ourselves to be uniquely us, the more we allow and give space for the next person to be uniquely them. Can I stay present and then observe that I'm not checking out of the position, that I'm still on my toes, that I'm still on my ankles, that I still feel my calves, my kneecaps, my thighs, my back, that I'm lengthening my belly and moving my ribs, that I observe my shoulder blades and elbows and entire wrist and fingers to not be tense, that my crown extends a little bit longer. Can I observe one more time that my body remains deeply connected, spiritualizing, right? That's what it means to spiritualize, to find something other than material. Anything other than material connection is spiritual. Can I find the connection to that spiritual self? When and if my body is ready to exhale and to breathe deeply all the way out, slowly bringing my hands, my arms, my torso, my head to come back very, very gently into sitting pose. And I sit with the chair being held or not, with my hands on the chair, sit with the chair or not. I sit as tall as my body allows it, and I raise one more time. My eyes towards the sky behind my eyelids, and my chin lengthens, and my head opens, and I sit on my sitting bones with my waist immediately activated, with my rib cage immediately activated, with my shoulder blades immediately activated. And my breastbone moves and shifts forward, and my throat extends, and my tongue touches the roof of my mouth. And then in this last few seconds, what is my imploration? What is my prayer? Can I observe my time? Sit on your sitting bones. Let them really find the ground. Raise your chin, extend your throat. Last exhalation from the gut area. Inhale. And then release. Release your head, your shoulders, your arms, your spine. It doesn't matter where your chair lands. Allow your legs to come or remain exactly as they are, or come maybe into cross-legged position. It doesn't matter where your chair is or not. You can move it to the side if you prefer. You want to leave it there, completely irrelevant. Sitting in the most comfortable position for your body. Yeah, we are reminded of yoga on our yoga mat, but we really practice yoga
outside our yoga mat. That's when we really practice our connection, when we're really challenged by that difficult relationship, where we're really challenged by that difficult circumstance in our life, when we're really challenged by all kinds of external expectations. How can I find one more time myself in all that? We lose ourselves constantly. It's not how many times we lose ourselves, it's how many times we keep reminding. So my guru always says, everything, our mind is the most powerful enemy, but also the most powerful friend. Can I use my mind to come always back to that center? It doesn't matter who's in front, who's behind. What we can do externally with the body, where is our mind? Is it connected to our heart? Is it really doing yoga? Can we allow for the last full exhalation for our hands and arms to open to the sides of the hips? And my fingernails touch the ground to feel the immense love expressed through Mother Earth. And I keep remembering as I raise my arms around and tall towards the sky, above the head, so my hands connect and touch. And I find my hands touching and holding. What a sacred moment I can have. And I allow my exhalation to bend elbows and to drive my thumb through the midline of my body, through all the chakras that I talked about, that I reminded myself of. And I come into prayer pose. And my prayer that we all find precious harmony, neutral from the external or material world, and passionately engage into our spiritual life. We all find through that a sense of peacefulness. My prayer is that we keep digging deep to understand our truth. But most importantly, that we value, and if nothing else, remember one day, divine and selfless love, love, love. Thank you so much.